Oh, hello. Welcome to the stream. And you're here early, Mr. Eminem. How are you doing? How was your day? It's been well. My chair still feels a little too upright. I have a bad habit of starting stream before I'm 100% ready for it. So it's great. I love doing that. So then I'm sitting there with my starting soon screen. I'm like, shit, I have a lot to quickly try and get done. But I usually get it. You private that for now. We're vibing. We're chilling. Hello, Arlie. How you doing? I just read the Twitch name, frankly. I see it, I'm like, yes, that's it. That's the name. I mean, at least you're learning. I actually really liked, I really oh, no, it's not Dalmatian. This is cow themed. It's cow. It's a cow print. It's one of my many cow print things. I hated physics. No, you're good. I could see how it looks like a Dalmatian design. Um, but it is cow. I also have my cow water bottle today. So we're vibing. So, I mean, I struggled with physics, but maybe that's because I was doing it online, so I just couldn't retain it. Um, but I really enjoyed biology. Like, I was really good in biology. I was really good in, chemistry, despite it being, like, rather difficult even in class, because we were being taught, honestly, for my biology and chemistry, when I was taking them, I somehow for both years got put with the because I took pre-AP for both of them, because you would do pre-AP and then later if you wanted to do AP for them you could, but you had to do pre-AP before you could do AP for it. But I did pre-AP biology with a teacher who taught biology like it was AP biology. And then I got the chemistry teacher who did teach AP chemistry, so she taught her pre-AP chemistry classes like she would her AP chemistry classes. It's advanced placement. So in the US, at least I know in Texas, there were in high school, there's 3 levels of core classes that you can take. You have on level, which is the basis. Everyone can take it. Pretty much everyone can understand that. Then pre-AP, which is pre-advanced placement, which means it's faster paced than the on level. And it is preparing you to take the AP classes. And then AP classes, their advanced placement, they are a lot way harder, way faster, and they're covering pretty much college content. It gives you college credits if when you pass your because at the end of the year you have to take AP exams, which are advanced placement exams, and you have to pass them with a certain score in order to get college credits. And each core subject, the way they did AP was different than the others. For our math classes, you could only do the AP after you did pre-calc, which pre-calc was not until maybe your junior year. Junior year, the earliest. And then for history, you could sign up for AP history your sophomore year, but if you wanted AP history your freshman year, you had to have an 8th grade history teacher endorse you for it, for you to get into AP history. And then after that, after your freshman year, you can choose if you do it. What else? For science, they don't really let you sign up for AP until after you took the pre-AP version of that science class before. Oh, and then English, you could kind of just sign up for it. English was rather, you could just kind of sign up for it. And then we had some other AP classes, but they were not as strict because they were the extracurricular classes. It was a lot back then. Oh, my inhaler's all the way at my bed. Oh. And I didn't fail any of my classes. I'd always pass my classes with at least a C. So, I mean, like, the classes I actually struggled the most in were my reading and history classes. So my reading in elementary school up until your 8th grade year, reading and English were separate. So I struggled in reading and history. I'm not a huge history person in general. I could care less. I'm like, that's boring. And then for reading, it didn't click with me until my 6th grade year. So up until my 5th grade year, I struggled to get any sort of A in my reading classes. Yeah, and I mean the way that the class requirements work for different countries are obviously going to be different. For us, we had strict classes that we had to take, and then we had our extracurricular classes. So, I mean, in Texas, every state has its like standardized testing in the United States, and you start that in your 3rd grade year, and then you do it every single year up until your junior year is your last year doing these standardized testings. And each year you do different tests. The only consistent 2 that you did every single year was math and reading. You did math and reading every single year. And then you had science, social studies, and English, which depended on what school year you were in. And I know for me, I struggled most with the reading standardized test. I struggled the most with that. It just, I could do fine in class, and then you put me on that test, and then I freaked out over it, and I would and I only ever failed that once by one question. I failed it by one question. And then the next year I passed by like one. I think maybe I passed by like 10 questions because they put me in a special reading group that would pull me out of class. I don't know what Two Mount Esports is. I don't do esports. I don't pay attention to esports. I don't pay attention to sports. I don't pay attention to a lot of things, frankly. um, what was the first year I actually did good in my reading standardized test, which in Texas is called the STAR test. Was my 5th grade year. But and then I struggled with my 6th grade year. Almost failed by one question. Same thing for my 7th grade. And then my 8th grade year, I only missed like 3 or 4 questions on that, which was shocking, but my teacher believed in me, so I believed in myself, which wonders how that works. I need to grab my inhaler, man. Making me anxious. Ooh, anxious I don't have it. Just because I've been having moments where I need it every day, so I'm just like, rather keep it close. Which means every time I leave the house, it's gonna be in my purse. It's coming with me, amok. But yeah, they're gonna have to keep prescribing me the inhaler because there's... Well, okay. So I think you spelt that rather correct, or as close to correct as one can without autocorrect. I got this light blue one, the red cap. But the way they did my breathing test, they did it wrong. But that's also something to remember is our healthcare looks different in the US compared to the UK, which means I'm pretty sure the way our medicines look are going to look different too. But also, the color of the inhaler doesn't actually matter. I've seen all kinds of inhaler colors. I don't think the color actually matters. I think maybe I think the most the color of it matters is the dosage. But bro, eminent. That's actually so funny. You have a you have a vape that looks similar to this. That's so funny. That's actually so funny. Yeah, I don't think we get powdered. I don't know what goes into the things. But we shake, do a puff, inhale, hold it in our lungs, breathe out, And then depending on what your box says will depend on how many times you do that. But you have to wait for, if it's multiple puffs, you have to do a minute in between each puff. Which is funny, because when they had me do the inhaler for my breathing test, they didn't have me wait a minute in between. So, but they also did my breathing test completely wrong. So for my breathing test, they brought me into this little room. They brought me into this little room, and they had this little, it looked, best way I can say is it looked like a little piercing gun, just without the like actual piercing part, and at the top you stuck a tube inside which the patients would blow through, and it would just rate, I guess, the speed of however you were breathing. And you had to do 3 trials before the inhaler, take an inhaler, 15 minutes later, do 3 more trials. I was not allowed to move on from the first trial until I got a green smiley face saying I did it perfectly. So I did that first trial 4 or 5 different times because I wasn't doing it correctly, or I wasn't breathing, or like I wasn't blowing out enough air, or I wasn't breathing in completely. But the fact that it took me 4 or 5 tries to get it right on the first one, and then another couple of times for that second trial. The only trial, both times that I managed to do it on first try, was the third. But, like, I was constantly trying to, like, they had me redo it so much. Until I got a green smiley on each one. And then once I got a green smiley on each one, they moved on. And then they came in the room, they're like, you don't have asthma. They made me redo the trial until it said I did it perfectly, which skews the results of it, because you don't want me to do it to what you're looking for as a result. You want me to do what I can actually do. Especially because I also had to take a break while still on the first trial because I was out of fucking breath. Yeah, so you have to pay. Where's the game, Way Out from? Yeah, we gotta pay. Hydrate. I'll see the hydrate. Good morning, Ace. How are you? But yeah, no, we gotta pay for our, we have to pay for our, we had to pay for the breathing test, we had to pay for the, inhaler, and depending on how good your insurance is will determine what they cover for those stuff. I'm pretty sure my insurance helped cover some for the inhaler, if not completely for the inhaler, but healthcare here is not cheap. It's pretty expensive. Yeah, I'm on my stepdad's insurance. I'm on his health insurance, which covers it covers mental health, it covers our physical health, it covers I think he has us on his eye insurance as well, or like the insurance at least covers our eyes. Nope, go to biology. Good luck. Okay, so Way Out is in Steam. Dude, you gotsta. It'll be okay. Biology is not that bad. Oh, it's okay. You got this. Believe in yourself. You can do this. Okay, let me look up Way Out. So is it called Way Out or A Way Out? Because I'm seeing two different ones. Was it called A Way Out or Way Out? Actually, I might just, let me just. Okay. So based on what I have here, um, I don't think you would be asking me for the VR actually. So is it this? Okay, so if it's this game right here, I'll need to wait until I can afford it. Oh, I already know what I'm playing. I'm playing Val. Cause yeah. Yeah, so but I also need to make sure that I can afford it when I to play it, so I will put this in my wish list. And then I'll find somebody who will also be able to play it when I'm able to buy it. But it will be in my wish list, and I will literally write it on a note card so I remember. It's on a note card. Um, so I mean, I'm down to play it. I just need to be able to afford it first. So once I can afford it, we're good. Which it shouldn't take me too long to be able to afford it either, so we should be okay. I'm making sure I have everything I need opened. And the only thing I don't have open right now is Val. I mean, it looks interesting, so why not? I mean, all I need to do, I'm gonna take this right now because I'm already feeling out of breath, but, um, honestly, like, I will play most games, if suggested, so long as I can afford it. I will try out a bunch of games. There are a few games that I would just be like, no. Nice try though. But for the most part, I am open to like game suggestions. And maybe I'll do like a day on, or like I'll plan a day for stream where I just play a bunch of random games that are suggested. I think that would be fun. Like, I'm gonna find a bunch of I will be finding a bunch of stupid games to play as well. And when I say stupid games, I mean like games that you look at and you're like, who would ever play this? I will find days to play those on stream because I think that would be fucking hilarious. We're good. I'll be able to breathe. The best thing about the inhaler is I take it and then I feel like I can breathe again. But I don't have asthma according to the allergist. No, I think playing a bunch of random games would be very fun. And honestly, I'll see if I can find somebody who can play it. And if I can't find anybody, I'm totally down to play it with you, Eminent. So, if I can't find somebody who's willing to get the game and play it with me, I will play it with you 100%. Let's go ahead and start moving on to Val. All right, let's open the game. Let's hope my computer doesn't freeze. What did I put? Oh, I put it over there. So, my cow water bottle is sitting off to the side. Different side than what I normally have it set on. But I sat it next to a cow stuffed animal that I have. Oh, and it froze anyway. Which means I will be right back, everyone. Because it froze. Everything froze.